Well, hello and welcome back. All right, so today we're going to be taking a look at using the Mininet API. It's written in Python, and we're going to create an SSH daemon per host, and we're actually going to set up a switch and 4 hosts on a network, and that's all going to be executed using the API with a Python file. So the first thing we're going to do here is open up the mininet.org site, and we'll go to their walkthroughs, and then we kind of see the point of reference here for where this information is coming from. And do note that this is an example that is provided by them, so we'll walk you through how to get that too. So we'll go to their walkthrough, and we'll drop down here to the API. All right, and here we go. We're going to our API examples. So this one is this one that we're going to walk through, SSH daemon per host. So we're going to go to the examples directory, and that's going to actually open on GitHub, and that's going to contain all the example files that they use. So whether you started from a VM or whether you started from cloning the repository, either way you'll actually have access to those examples on your host. So we'll go ahead and take a look at this one. So we see it's going to set up a network, and it's going to fire up the SSH service on each of those nodes. So see, there's the network setup. This is where it connects through node to set those up. And here's the SSH daemon. So we'll see that what's going to happen is it's going to spin up the network for us real quick. It's going to create SSH services on those, and then we'll be able to connect to those from our host. So we'll close out of the Firefox browser now. We'll open up a terminal. All right. In that terminal, we're going to actually just show you the example content. So we'll go ahead and list that directory for you. So it's going to be in the Mininet examples directory. And boom, there we go. So now we're going to run the sshd.py file. And we've got to do that as root, so we're going to need to use sudo to do so. And when we run that example, it's going to start to fire up our network here. All right, great. Looks like we're setting up the links. We got a controller, switch, 4 hosts, and everything's connecting. The daemons are started. And if we take a look there, we see all those host names there. So when we connect from our host, we'll be using those IP addresses. Great. Let's open up a new tab. And we're going to SSH to 10.0.0.2. And we're going to need to get the fingerprint and add it. There we go. We'll add our password. Default one for Mininet is Mininet, so use the same password there. All right. And we're going to go ahead and ping host 1 from host 2. And it looks like that ping worked okay. Before we drop out of here, let's take a look. We'll see our IP address, and it shows that indeed we are on the virtual host 10.0.0.2. All right, and we can go ahead and get out of there. We'll close out that connection, so now we're back on our host. Exit out of this terminal, and we'll go ahead and exit right out of our Mininet instance and close everything up and clean up our workspace here. Awesome. So thank you very much. Appreciate you hanging out with me and checking out this Mininet SSH daemon per host, and welcome you to come back and check for new content.